So I just came from voting. It's Friday, November 1st, 2024. I got my little sticker. I am a productive Georgia citizen. I voted. So I got there. It was no line, no wait. You have to show your ID to go inside. I didn't have the ID. I had to come all the way back home. I don't live that far, maybe 4 minutes. Came back home, got the ID, and went back again. So when I get inside the building, there's a long line, a long table, a row of like old ladies like sitting at this long table thing. And I guess they're like retired people or senior citizens or like poll workers. That's what they are. They work the polls. They're volunteers. So they're all sitting at the table and they are very particular. So it's like 9 of them sitting at one table, and I stood in front of one lady that greeted me with a smile. So I went over to her, but she's like, stand right here. So I'm making sure I'm all directly in front of her, not leaning this way or leaning that way. I'm standing directly in front of her. She must have been like a retired elementary school teacher that'll crack you with a ruler if you ain't sitting up straight or standing in line straight. So anyway, that's the vibe she gave off. She was cool though, but still. So she's takes my ID and she puts it on this little slot that's attached to the iPad, and she flips the whole iPad over to me, and it has my name, my address, and I have to sign off on it with a stylus. So after I sign off and she flips it back over to her, she I guess activates this little green like credit card thing, but it's called a voter machine card. So then you take the green card over to the voting booth area, and it's about maybe 10-15 voting booth areas. They're just iPads sitting up on a table with a little cardboard thing to block you from seeing the person next to you what they're voting for. And then each iPad has its own printer. I went one year when it was one main printer, but each one now has its own printer. So anyway, you go through the iPad options. You're choosing your president, you're choosing your senator, your House of Representative, your sheriff, your judges, and then you even get choices to vote for amendments to the Constitution. They are changing the Constitution with your vote. You better get down there and vote. This is the real deal. This is really happening here in America. You can change the Constitution. So anyway, after you pick all your choices and you hit print, your paper ballot comes out of everything that you voted for. And I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. This is like my volunteer. This is like my souvenir. So I'm happy. I'm getting ready to take this home, make me a video. So, but as I'm leaving out the door, there's a woman at the door, and I forgot about that part, standing there next to a big giant trash can. And on the lid of the trash can, it's like a electronic slot where you slide your paper ballot in. So as I'm leaving, she says, put your ballot in here. And I said, I'm keeping it. She said, no, ma'am, you put it in this. You put it in here. So I said, well, let me take a picture of it. She said, no, ma'am, no pictures. So I said, okay. Like I'm saying, like this was gonna be my souvenir. I can't keep it. So anyway, but I recorded some of it. So anyway, I go to slide it in there. It had a QR code on it. So I slide it in there, and after it scans and acknowledges that it received it, then she gives you your sticker. So that's just weird to me that they still collect paper ballots that came from a printer, that came from a computer. Why not just use the computer? I don't know why I always try to make things make sense. Something wrong with me. Y'all, rest of the world, y'all fine, y'all normal. I'm the one that thinks logically, so I'm the one with the problem. But yeah, so I voted and I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I like the part where you get to pick the president, you get to pick the sheriff, because we've had some crazy sheriffs out here in Clayton County, and you get to pick amendments to the Constitution. Like they're going to change laws based on your vote. So go vote.